Well, very good morning to you and welcome to our live coverage of the 2024 KZN Premier's Cup, coming to you from Ulundi in the heart of Zululand. On comms this morning, myself, Myron Naika, joined with Ayanda Nuswa. Ayanda, beautiful day out in Zululand. 6 of our top flight KZN clubs in action, and the fans are out already. It's a feast of football.
Very good morning, Marin. Thank you so much. It's a beautiful day at Ulundi. Of course, the people have come out in their numbers to watch all the action here of KZN Premier's Cup. Of course, the 10th edition now of the tournament. And what better way to start with the blockbuster fixture between arguably two of the best teams in KZN, AmaZulu and the Golden Arrows. We didn't really perform well last season, but we'll be looking to do much better, and we're looking forward to some great action today.
Can you believe it's been 10 years, humble beginnings, 2011 where it kicked off, and has streamed through some interesting times, some challenging times, some changing periods through COVID. But here we are. It is by far one of the top pre-season tournaments in the country.
Yeah, definitely, and it's a tournament that's vital for KZN teams because, you know, it's the starting point for the season to see where the teams actually are after pre-season. We've seen how our 4 teams played in the DStv Premiership last season, all of them finishing outside of the top 8. So pre-season is an integral part of a football season. So now this tournament is going to give the opportunity to the teams to actually see where they are right now, for the coaches to try in the new players. We see both teams here today in Arrows and AmaZulu have 2 debutants on each side. If we're looking at the starting lineup there of Usutu, Boniface Haba, as well as Tiosa Igodaro, getting an opportunity to start their very first matches after signing there for AmaZulu FC. So interesting to see how those two are going to be faring up today.
Well, Coach Pablo Franco has gone with a strong team here, with a couple of regulars, and no doubt looking to see what these old hands can give him in the likes of Mobara, in the likes of Ben Motswari, and so too on the Golden Arrow side. Coach Mabudi Kenyeza going with a strong team, the likes of Gladwin Shitolo, Knox Mutizwa. These guys have been around for a long time, but again, a sprinkling of some of the new guys.
Yeah, definitely. Goalkeeper Muava there getting an opportunity. His very first start for Golden Arrows in pre-season after signing for the club, as well as Keenan Phillips, who was previously, of course, with Moroka Swallows last season, was a free agent, and now he's made his way to KZN to ply his trade here for the new season. Interesting lineup for Golden Arrows, in fact, for both sides. Been going great for him, but hopefully now this is an opportunity for him to actually revive his career in a team like Golden Arrows that plays an expansive and attractive brand of football.
The Back Heel Boys, Abafana Bestende. Yeah, great opportunity for Masuku. Good to see the fans out nice and early. Good vibe, good energy here in Ulundi for the 10th edition. If you're just joining us, welcome to our live coverage of the 10th edition of the KZN Premier's Cup. In front of us, a blockbuster fixture to get things underway. Golden Arrows up against AmaZulu. And of course, these two teams have been going hammer and tong for a number of years, and they'll kick us off here. Arrows going from left to right. Ball up there into the box. Immediate chance there for Abafana Bestende to get going, and an early smile on the face there of Khakiso Malinga. There's nothing under.
There's nothing to lose. Might as well have a quick start and try to get that early goal to calm the nerves, of course. This is the first time the fans are going to be seeing their teams for the new season, so the players of either want to have that fast start, of course. Arrows with an opportunity there. Also to obviously also trying to get out there. But yeah, a fast start is ideal for both sides to just settle the nerves.
Early sight there of the big number 9, their new number 9, in the bottle green colors of Amazulu Etioso Igodoro, a man, or Igadaro rather, a man who is on loan from Mamelodi Sundowns is the understanding. He's been around SuperSport United, hasn't really clicked for him at Downs, but he has a chance here for Amazulu, but for Arrows rather, but Mobara coming across and just thwarting Knox Mutizwa.
Yeah, speaking about Igodaro there, Myron, obviously Usutu letting go of the likes of Augustine Quem, Victor Letsualo, and Augustine Quem, interestingly, was a top scorer for Amazulu last season in all competitions with 7 goals, and now bringing a big striker like Igodaro, you know, someone who's able to get those important goals. We see what he was able to do to SuperSport United, and now getting the opportunity at a club like Amazulu, who haven't been great as far as the attacking front is concerned, but will be looking to improve in the coming season.
Yeah, of course, Augustine Quem moving on, and then of course the tragedy of losing Bongi Ntuli.
Yeah,
it's been a challenging season for Usutu, like you mentioned, coming in, but a chance to start the season off brightly here. And up they go again. Motswari there. Rian Hanamub there hugging the line. And the ball played up here towards, oh yeah, bit of a mix-up, and it's Amazulu who will take an early lead here. An unfortunate mix-up there at the back for Arrows. And you can see the grimace on the face of Edward Maova. It looked like a harmless ball up front. And the Arrows defense just failed to deal with it.
Sure, really unfortunate there for the debutant, Keenan Phillips. Unfortunate to lack of communication there at the back at Arrows. He didn't really see the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper probably didn't give him a shout. But a really, really poor goal to concede for Abafana Bastende. And Usutu have a great start here, just under 4 minutes being able to get that goal. You have to put it in the front, but unlucky there for Keenan Phillips on debut for Arrows, with the huge mistake there for the own goal.
I wonder if that was his first touch in an Arrows shirt.
Sure, that would be even worse. First start being a goal against your team.
Jeez.
Really unfortunate for the young man.
Soft goal to concede here for Arrows. They're going to have to pick up the pieces very, very quickly here. Usutu can restart us here. Shuz Gumede, a man who's been around for a long time. Looking to carry that ball. Gumede running at it. Hanamud gets it on. And foul there.
Again, Keenan Phillips catching the heels there of Qilimpi Longema, who was making a dash for the byline. Another sticky situation there for the debutants, who just was unfortunate as well to concede their own goal, and now conceding a free kick in a very dangerous, potentially dangerous position for Amazulu, who will be trying now to add to their lead. But a bit of a shaky start for Keenan Phillips, not what he would have wanted in his first outing for Lamontville Golden Arrows.
4.5 minutes in, he scored an own goal, and he's just been booked. So you would hope he would recover quickly from here. Here's Amazulu with a chance here. Hanamub stands over it, looks to deliver, whoops it into the box. Well, Arrows deal with it.
Yeah, Arrows haven't made a great start into this match. I think it's been a bit patchy from their side in terms of not much on that side, but they have been defending for large parts of this opening 6 minutes. And of course, getting that unfortunate own goal. And now Amazulu will feel particularly that can take advantage, especially on this right-hand side of Keenan Phillips after it's had a shaky start. And Lesotho will be looking to probably exploit that more, with the debutant not looking particularly good in these early exchanges between the two sides. Ball goes out at the far side. It will be an Usutu throw in. Lungelo Nguse in your picture. The big striker there for Abafana Bafana, who has been doing well last season in particular. He was amongst the top goal scorers alongside Usulumani and Nduduzo Spear. That's offside there in the far post. Of course, Abafana Bafana and AmaZulu, these two sides did meet 3 times last season, twice in league action, and also met in knockout competition as well, the Carling knockout. And Lesotho was able to get those 2 victories. First one being a 3-0 win against Golden Arrows, who are now on the attack there. An opportunity with the ball going up there, but Velimoto was very wise to it and cleared his lines.
Yeah, sharp from Motwa there. He saw the danger. Nice ball in. And Motwa coming off his line very quickly, didn't panic. Just hooked it back into play to give his side a chance to build again.
Arrows really need to do better in terms of holding the ball. They haven't really done much in terms of build-up play. They're currently not winning that midfield battle. They're not able to hold on to the ball. AmaZulu haven't really had to do much. They just had to put that ball in to get that opening goal fortuitously through Keenan Phillips' own goal.
Better from Phillips there. Holds up Hanamo quite nicely, and again with a nice interception. That'll give him a bit of confidence.
Indeed it will. Now Arrows will look to try and do much better going forward. Lungelo Nguse dropping deep to receive the ball and spread it out wide.
Touch there for Bradley Cross to Sponelo Qele. On to Phillips. Arrows looking to hold the ball up, get a feel of things. Umede clears up towards Igodaro. And it's quite clear here, when you've got a lanky striker like Igodaro, you can go route one, you can play it up, because he can hold the ball and bring other players into play. So
yeah, very important to have a focal point. We know that a lot of teams now in South African football, or maybe even in international football, don't really have that focal point anymore. Teams play an expensive, free-flowing football with front threes, front twos. Another mistake there from Keenan Phillips, and a shot by Celimpilo Ngema. Again, another shaky moment there for the debutant. I don't think he's having a good game so far, and he really needs to settle his nerves down, because is giving the ball away in dangerous areas. That's giving AmaZulu an opportunity to have those shots at Moava, who's also on debut today for Arrows. So probably needs to cut that off and just calm his nerves a little bit. Remember, Keenan Phillips hasn't been in action for a while, Marin, so it might be one of the reasons. Obviously, last played, if I'm not mistaken, in January for Morocco Swallows. Was without a team for most of the second half of the season, and now coming back into action, so still a bit rusty.
Yeah, and there's no doubt that, regardless of whether you've been doing this as a pro for some time, there is a level of anxiety that comes with making your debut for a new team. So you'll have to dust that off. Here come Arrows here. Through ball towards Zwane. Can he get into the box? Was that a cross-come shot? Because it looked from first view that it slammed the upright.
Coach Maputi Kanyeza doesn't seem too pleased about that. Zwane on the near side should have found the likes of Nguse in acres of spaces on the far post. But the cross, across, it was more of a shot, as you said, Myron. And it's Arrows will feel it's a wasted opportunity.
My eyes certainly deceiving me there. That one straight out. There's one here down this right-hand side. Igodaro lies to lay it down there.
The beautiful Prince Mangosuthu Regional Stadium at Ulundi, of course. It's a sunny day, good day to play football at this level. Of course, Amazulu FC up against Abafana Western, the Lamontville Golden Arrows. Usuthu leading by a 0-0, a courtesy of a gift by the new boy, Keenan Phillips, who scored an own goal. Very unfortunate for him here, making his first start for Abafana Western. Siyabona again, Bradley Cross in the far post, in the far side of the area there, trying to get a build-up for Abafana Western. They need to do better in terms of holding the ball, and they're trying to build up, and an opportunity here. It's through for Nguse, and he took a heavy touch. Veli Motwa came out of his post. An opportunity lost once again for Abafana Western.
Yeah, look, I'm no football coach, but the one thing I say to my 6-year-old son is first touch, boy.
First touch, very important. Lungelo Nguse took the heavy touch there, but he's the kind of player, Nguse, who's not gonna let a missed opportunity get him down. I think it was that touch there that just got away from him and got too close to Velimoto. The second touch there was quite disappointing for Nguse, but he's not a confidence player. He's the kind of player who just oozes confidence and who doesn't really allow opportunities like that to get him down. And Arrows will be encouraged by that and try to go forward again as they seek that equalizer after going a goal down very early on in this match. And an opportunity now for Abafana Western. A ball through, it's knocks Mutizwa on the far post. It's a save by Motwa. Mutizwa again, and it's off the line. It's off the line.
Massive chance. And two hits. Massive opportunity, but again, big, strong palm from Veli Motwa.
They have Veli Motwa to thank for that particular opportunity that went begging for Abafana Western. The Bafana goalkeeper, of course, an international, a highly experienced international player is Veli Motwa. And now Usuthu, who have been in a bit of a lull since taking that lead, now have a free kick and will be looking to conjure something up here for the big boys in front there. Boniface as well as Igodaro, who haven't really had much work to do as far as receiving those balls, receiving those high balls into the box, and have been lacking that service. Now the referee going back to Veli Motwa here, who seems to have gotten a knock. We did see Veli making a great save there to prevent Knox Mutizwa from pulling the goal back for Abafana Western, but Motwa seems to have taken a knock. And Coach Pablo Franco on his feet here, communicating with Ramahlo Mpahlela,
the elder statesman, Rama.
And Veli Motwa seems in a bit of trouble here.
The physiotherapist, the Usuthu physiotherapist, just tending to Veli Motwa, and thumbs up to the bench. Veli is in good space there. Pablo Franco just having a quick chat with Ramahlo Mpahlela.
Yep. Motwa, who was basically exchanging positions with Mzimela last season, as Usuthu take this free kick. Abubakar Mubara stands over it and he puts the ball into the box, and it doesn't reach the big man in front, and it's going to be a free kick for Tende as they restart play.
And we saw a couple of shots of Coach Mabudi Kenyeza. He doesn't look particularly impressed by the way his team has started. And then assistant coach Musa Bilankulu is the man who's kind of hugging the touchline and barking instructions. Chance here! And again, they've let another one slide, and that is just wasteful.
Another opportunity. It's Knox Mutizo again, who this time he just hits it straight at Velimoto. He didn't really make the keeper work hard for that one, but it's another promising opportunity, another big opportunity for Abafana Best-10. They got it with his instep. They'll feel it's another missed opportunity for Arrows to try and get themselves back into this match. They've certainly had more opportunities than AmaZulu, Myron, in the grander scheme of things. If we look at the first 15 minutes of the match, it has been Arrows with the better of the chances. Usutu haven't really had much in terms of putting that ball into the box for the new boys, Igodaro and Boniface. But you're talking about Coach Mabudi Kenyeza. As much as the disappointment will be there, I think he won't be too unhappy with what he's seeing with his side going forward.
No doubt. But again, back to the fundamentals. It's goals that win football matches, and he'll certainly feel that his team should have pulled one back already. I mean, apart from Rian Hanumub's curling effort that didn't really test out Maova, AmaZulu haven't had too many opportunities at goal. Arrows, meanwhile, have created 3 or 4 clear-cut chances, and they haven't really capitalized.
Ball now in the middle of a park with Elimpilo Ngema, who brings it wide to Rian Hanamub, who was one of the mainstays at Lesotho last season, to Shoes Gumete, who has a tussle here, probably needs some help from his players, and the ball goes out. Of course, Maran, the disappointing thing from last season as far as KZN teams are concerned was that none of them were able to break into the top 8. AmaZulu finishing in 11th position, just 3 points away from the top 8. Of course, Arrows was slightly higher than Lesotho, finishing in 9th position as the 2 highest ranked KZN teams from last season. Royal AM, of course, finishing in 13th position, and Richards Bay FC, as we all know, were in that playoff spot, and they had to go through the playoffs, the hard route of saving their DSTV, their league status, and they were able to do that. And KZN has the 4 teams once again in top flight football, as Arrows tries to build up from the back now with Gladwin Shutolo, who brings it back to the new boy Moava. And Bradley Cross here as a patient build-up for Abafana Best-10, who are trying to get a stranglehold on this match and make sure that they dictate the pace of the match as they try to get back into it.
I think the nerves have settled a little bit on both sides.
Now the ball comes on this near side. Abafana Best-10 looking for the ball through, and assistant referees flag is up here on the near side. The man who's offside there is Kagiso Malinga. Now the fans are still streaming in. Hopefully by the second game we're going to have a completely full house, but the fans are here to see their teams in action for the first time before the season starts. And goalkeeper Velimotwa will restart play. It's Bradley Cross combining with Shitolo at the back. Not much of a high press from Lesotho, allowing Arrows to keep the ball, allowing them to play it in those areas that are not an immediate danger for Lesotho Mapeshankone.
Yeah, they're happy to let Arrows enjoy the football and now looking to pounce.
Salbona ngempela-ke ibola on that far side, and it's offside. Is Mlondi Mbanjwa was caught offside.
Right, they've been patient. Can they spring an opportunity here? Can Golden Arrows? Phillips picks his head up, back towards his defensive partner, Gladwin Shitolo. Bradley cross, Shitolo. Phillips. Ball is bouncing a little bit on the pitch. It's a bit bumpy. It's a bit bumpy, I understand.
Yeah, we did go down there to check it out, Myron. Not the greatest of surfaces for the two sides to play in, but they have to make do with what they have. The lucky thing, or the good thing for both teams, is that it is the first game of action for the day, so they'll have a fresher pitch compared to the two teams are going to be playing in our 2 o'clock kickoff. That's Milford FC and Royal AM. As the ball goes out here on the near side.
"21 minutes into this first quarter-final. AmaZulu up against the Golden Arrows, 10th edition of the KZN Premiers Cup. Welcome to our coverage, our live coverage here from Ulundi. Beautiful part of the world. A stadium nestled in the heart of Zululand, and beyond it, acres and acres of beautiful land. Shitolo, the captain, looks to spread that one wide towards Zwane, whips one into the box, but AmaZulu can deal with it, and now look to break. Kunene is the man that's driving forward. Igotaro looking to make himself a nuisance.
Lesotho are trying to apply that high press now after allowing Arrows to keep the ball, and it's up. It's Lungelo Nguse with an opportunity, and it's in. It's a beautiful goal. It's an equalizer for Abafana Besende, and it is the big man who was producing the goods for them for most of last season. Lungelo Nguse, who lobs it over Velimotwa, who had to come out because the defense was found wanting. As you can see there, the goalkeeper quite disappointed, but it is an equalizer for Arrows. A lovely ball over the top to Nguse, who lobs it over the keeper. Didn't need a second touch, and it was enough to give Arrows the equalizer.
A richly deserved equalizer for Abafana Bestende. The move came from midfield with Ntlantla Zwane just dropping into the pocket of the midfield, and then hooked one up towards Nguse. Moto had come out a couple of times previously, but this time Nguse was quicker to it, and a nice delicate lob. Good to see that sort of technical ability and nuance with the ball this early in the season.
Yeah, definitely. Lesotho were starting to apply the high press. They were allowing Arrows to play the ball inside their half, but they were trying to win it back, applying the high press, but now the defense had to go up, and that's when the opportunity came for Abafana Besende to lob the ball. Ntlantla Zwane lobbing it over. Wakwazi ukuthalisa lapha kuLungelo Nguse, waphuma uVelimotwa and lobbed it over the goalkeeper. A well-worked goal for Arrows, and now we are back where we started.
One each here into the 25th minute of the KZN Premiers Cup. And you can see it's Arrows that are edging the possession stats there, 53%. They've had 6 chances on goal, far superior to AmaZulu.
As the cross goes in there, Pagatigua coach Pablo Franco, and you know, coach Mapoti Kenyeza has to be the Golden Arrows coach, who is going to be happy about, as we see Pablo Franco here. Bafana Bese be happy about the response of the side after they went a goal down.
Super response here from Arrows. Had their chances, potentially put one in a little bit earlier, but didn't. But Nguse, the man who struck with a fine finish to beat Motwa. Maova up front. This time they go the aerial route, and that one will test the Lesotho defense. Chance here! Big opportunity.
The crowd is going up. It's side netting there. Knox Mutizwa with an opportunity. Walishaya nje engakangena eboxini. Kodwa ke alikwazanga ukuthi lifike lapha kuvelimoto goalkeeper uSuthu. Knox Mutizwa there, who has been getting these opportunities, has been one of the livelier players for Arrows alongside the likes of Onguse and Omtanti going forward. But they still have one goal to show for it.
Haba giving chase there. Nice and calm there from Mobara, and then even calmer from Velimotwa on the line there. Igadoro with the knock-on. Nice little knock-on. But the flag's gone up. And Kunene just not timing his run the way he would have wanted to. But in terms of what they're trying to do from an approach point of view, the ball up towards Igadoro and then flicked on towards the runner, that went to plan, and those are encouraging signs for Coach Pablo Franco.
Yeah, encouraging signs indeed for Coach Pablo Franco. Hasn't really seen much from his side going forward, which was largely the story of their season last season, Myron, in terms of the amount of goals that Lesotho were able to get, only scoring 24 goals in the league. You know, not really great going forward, just one more than the worst goal scorers, Cape Town Spurs, last season. So AmaZulu have to improve going forward. They have to improve their numbers in terms of the goals that they score. And I'm sure Coach Pablo Franco, that would have been one of his biggest work-ons in pre-season, heading into the new season.
Ball into the box here. Rama Mamasla Bashlele deals with it. Edging towards the half-hour mark here. Coach Mabudi Kenyeza on his feet. Live from the Ulundi Regional Stadium. Bashlele up towards Haba, who's got possession of it. Can he lay it off? He can. Igadoro turns, Hanamub on for it. Can he whip this one into the box? A couple of Lesotho players trying to line up there for the cross. Stolen here, and that looks like a foul. It is a foul, and Kunene is the man that goes down. And AmaZulu will have a chance to create an opportunity there. Lazy ball there from Mutizwa.
Yeah, lazy ball from Mutizwa. Also some lazy defending as well there by Usbonelo Cele, allowing Lesotho player to close in and conceding a free kick in another dangerous area for AmaZulu. They haven't been able to capitalize much, Lesotho, in terms of making use of these free kicks. You know, they've got big boys there in front, the likes of Igodaro Boniface, who can pose a threat aerially, but they haven't really given much in terms of the attacking threats. Coach Pablo Franco will be looking to see something from this opportunity.
Mobara is the man over it. Couple in the box to Amon. Igadoro, Mobara, the ref seen something. What's the decision here?
The referee has called it back. I think we're going to have a retake of that. Abubakar Mobara.
Mobara back onto it. Can he create something for one of those Lesotho players to Igadoro, Haba, Hanamu all in the box. And Hanamu back rather. Kunene. Oh, that's given away by Kunene, and Arrows on the front. Can they capitalize? It's 4 against 4. It's just got away from him there.
Opportunity missed for Bafana Bestende. Coach Mabudi Kenyeza is not happy about that, as you can see, visibly frustrated by a potential attack that was looking promising, but then the ball in the far side there towards Ucele, he wasn't really able to hold it towards play, and the coach was definitely expecting better from his side, who are still looking for that second goal, of course, after getting the equalizer. AmaZulu opening the score. 30 minutes into the encounter now. It is AmaZulu FC 1, Lamontville Golden Arrows 0. It is the KZN Premiers Cup, the 10th edition of the Premiers Cup, the ultimate preseason cup for KZN teams. Our 6 teams were in action throughout the weekend. And of course, the winner of this year's edition will be crowned ngeSonto khona la ePrince Mangosuthu Regional Stadium. Siyazi ukuthi ke competition yangonyaka odlule yawinwa uSuthu Mabheshankone. Sikhona ke lapha ePrincess Magogo Stadium. Kodwa ke kulonyaka sibuyele ngapha Olundi as uSuthu go in across there from Umsindisi, but it goes well over the bar.
AmaZulu fans down at the bottom of the stand here are starting to get or make their voices. Is that Dlamini? Is that Dlamini?
Dlamini. I see Dlamini is getting the fans going. The famous Dlamini, who was famous throughout not only the country but throughout the continent, as we've seen players across doing this, the famous Dlamini celebration. And it's another offside here. Lamontville Golden Arrows caught once again trying to attack Lungelo Nguse, who has been amongst the troublemakers for Abafana Bestende in that Usuthu defense. Nguse, of course, scored a goal of 5 in the season edlule. The top goal scorer for Abafana Bestende alongside Unduduzo Sbiya for the 2023-24 season.
They're picking up Kunene. Ikatoro, nicely seen there by Phillips. And Arrows can break through. Nguse has got Swane down the right-hand side. Phillips has made a run into the box. Swane can't get his cross and find the on-rushing Nguse. But back on for him, Swane back into the box. Shot in. Straight at the Usuthu defense. Igadoro tries to pick it up. He's still got it.
Again, AmaZulu, the numbers in defense not looking good. Arrows failing to capitalize, but it's a chance here now for Usuthu. And it's a wasted opportunity. Msindisi involved in the mix there, and Moava was able to capture, but the ball is back now. It's Mutwari in midfield. That's Celimpilo Ngema. To the far side, Msindisi trying to combine with Mlondi Mbanjwa, but Arrows was able to win the ball back, and they'll try to calm things down now after Usuthu tried to apply the high press, and it's well worked by Abafana Bestende. Lungelo Nguse dropping deep to receive the ball.
These are two big strikers on either side. Nguse, these are big boys.
These are big boys, and we can see of the two that Nguse is the better mover. He's not the traditional target man. He's able to make runs. He's able to come deep and receive the ball. And as you saw the goal that he scored there, he was able to be clever as well and lock the goalkeeper. An opportunity now once again. Nguse here on the near side, and Ramahle Mpahlela is equal to the task, and it is going to be an Arrows corner.
A good read there by Rama. Comes across, he saw the danger. Arrows were piling up on that right-hand side. Hanamub was beaten, but Rama comes across nicely to fend off Knox Mutizwa, and it's the Zimbabwean international who will get a chance to whoop this one back in. Corner for Abafana Bestende.
I guess going to get Knox Mutizwa. Also, Bola in the corner right now. It is Mutizwa who brings it in, and it's too close to Uveli Motwa. And the Motwa who releases it immediately. Longema, who is fouled in the far side. And Arrows getting a tactical foul there to allow the players to come back after being on the Usutu half for that Knox Mutizwa corner. It is Ben Mutwari to Ukumete, Shoes, and Ramampatele spreads it out wide here to Rian Hanamub, who has a good first touch and brings it down, combining with Gunene. It is Hanamub back to Mubara, who miscontrols it, and it goes back to Mubara again. Usutu trying to create something substantial here. It's a back heel by Umbanjo. Kodwa-ke yakwazi ukuthi likhishwe uyena uKeenan Phillips ongayiqalanga kahle-ke igame, njengoba uzokhumbula ukuthi uyena kushaya i-own goal enike amaZulu ilidi ka-1-0. Ngaphambi kokuba-ke uLungelo Nguse athole i-equalizer for abafana beSithende. It is 1-1 after 36 minutes gone in this KZN Premiers Cup first round match between AmaZulu FC Bakijima Motsepe Foundation Championship. Milford FC abazo tholana phezulu ne Royal AM top flight side as a cross hits that ball into the Usutu box, and it's easy pickings for Uveli Motwa.
A good read there from Phillips a little bit earlier. I mean, like you mentioned on commentary, they had a tough start, but he's grown into the game, and I'm sure he'll be feeling a lot better with the way he's progressed through the game. Hanamub there with a little bit of skill. Mubara out with it. We'll have a chance to build again.
We've seen that the best of AmaZulu attacks have come from this left-hand side, with Rian Hanamub making those runs that they haven't been really able to capitalize, but that is probably their best bet going forward in terms of trying to get that second goal. As we see now, the ball in the middle of the park, a tussle there, and Lungelo Nguse is brought down. It is going to be the Arrows free kick. Nguse there battling out with Hanamub and Igodaro. And it's a free kick there that's now have been restarted by Bradley Cross. Now gives it to Shitolo. Keenan Phillips. And won back by AmaZulu. It is Igodaro, who hasn't really gotten an opportunity to show us what he can do with the ball. He was dropping deep there to receive it. Hasn't been getting the service as well that he would have wanted.
Yeah, he certainly needs more time on the ball. I mean, he's had opportunities to get onto it and flick it on, like he did there, but not too much as in the way of taking it on towards goal, creating an opportunity, perhaps even pulling the trigger. Nice little interplay there through the middle with Gumete.
Just over 5 minutes left in this first half of the KZN Premiers Cup, the first round of action here at the Prince Mangosuthu Regional Stadium at Ulundi in deep in KZN. So the people of Ulundi getting an opportunity to see their teams. We don't really get much action or top flight action in these parts of France. Most of the games obviously happening in Durban and Matwizwa receives the ball after a brilliant cross in, but it's stopped there by Abubakar Mubara, and Usu to survive in what looked like another promising opportunity for Abafana Bestendio, really giving Usutu problems with those high balls in behind.
Yeah, no doubt. It's been a tactic that's worked. A ball looped over there from Knox Mutizwa. He takes it down. It just gets a little bit away from him, so he can't pull the trigger. So then tries to whip it back into the box, but Usutu there wise to that. Kunene down this left-hand side. He's switched flanks. So a bit of going on from a technical and a tactical point of view. And it's Keenan Phillips there who is wise to the danger. The sun in the face of Pablo Franco Martin, but he comes from a warm, sunny Spain, so he's no stranger to these temperatures.
Definitely, I'm sure the coach was also out in holiday, probably went home to España. Is going to play his second full season now in South African football after having his first season with Lesotho last season. We see now Rian Hanamub standing over this corner for AmaZulu. It is Hanamub bends it in, and it goes over the head there of Igodaro, which is an opportunity for a counter-attack for Arrows. Knocks Mutizwa on the ball, looking for runners, and gets the ball out wide there. And it's great play, but the cross is too high on that far side.
Yeah, he's overcooked that one, and it was a good break. Again, Coach Mapudi Kenyeza, we know he demands so much of his players. A man who has played for both these clubs, actually. Played for AmaZulu in his more senior years, and then, of course, we know what he did in a Golden Arrow shirt.
Yeah. Mapudi Kenyeza obviously coming back into the helm now of the coach, taking back the coaching reins after the departure of coach Steve Kompela, who returned to Mamelodi Sundowns, where he actually left and came to Arrows last season around about October, or rather in the second half of the season.
After lifts this in, Hanamub into the box. Moaba picks it out nicely, and he can get his team going now. Nguse up front, Zwane on the ball at the moment. It's Mutizwa dropping deep there. Gladwin Shitolo, who's wearing the captain's armband. Cross. There's not many footballers who have names that are associated with the game, but Bradley certainly has one.
Bradley, and he loves those crosses as well. when he makes the run from left back, and an opportunity here for Arrows on the near side.
Hasn't had too much of an opportunity, Bradley Cross, to get up front.
Yeah.
But it looks like they're favouring a back three almost, with Shitolo, Keenan Phillips, and himself.
Yeah, does take on the shape of a back three, with Cross on that far side, Keenan Phillips on your right, and Velimotwa there trying to clear the ball out, but it was blocked, and now it's going to be restarting play.
A couple of minutes left here in this first half of this opening quarter-final. We saw a little bit earlier the that looks painful.
Yeah, Keenan Phillips took a knock there. I think it was a follow through there by Hanamubu.
He just left something on him.
Yeah, just left something on him, and it's a painful one for Phillips. Hopefully it's nothing too. Keenan Phillips, the man who is on debut and was unfortunate to score that own goal that gave AmaZulu the lead, but Lungelo Nguse was able to get the equalizer for Bafana Bastende.
A chance here for AmaZulu to really steal something before we head into this halftime break. Yeah, Hanamub is going to look to sling one in. He's actually standing on the athletics track, where he'll get a bit of a run up, and here he goes deep into the box. Can he find Igadoro? No, he can't. Dealt with by the Arrows defense, hacked out by Shitolo. Motwa has got space. There's not much time left. 2 minutes added on here. Usutu are trying to finish the stronger. Is there time left for one of these teams to snatch a lead going into the break? Kunene. Or Kumede rather. Kumede. Choose Kumede. Game has been bright. Kunene has been bright. That one's cut out. Mutizwa holds it up. Down towards Zwane, who's come in field. And Mutizwa is down there to receive it. So nice moving and nice interplay by Abafana Bestende. Will they have a say here into the final minute of this first half? Bradley Cross on for Shitolo. Keenan Phillips. The three at the back have had a fair amount of time on the ball. They've enjoyed some good possession. Maova also in the thick of things and recovered quite nicely after that mix-up in the early minutes.
Yeah, I think he's settled in quite nicely, as we see now the cross here, and Pahlele was able to clear before it got to the dangerous Knox Mutizwa, as Arrows look to finish this half really strong.
Foul there, and Arrows will have a free kick in a dangerous area. Shuz Gomede, the man, just clattering into his man there.
Final opportunity of the half. This should be the last kick of the half there. Free kick in a promising position for Abafana Bestende. Knox Mutizwa stands over it as they look to land the final blow before the referee calls for half-time. Siyabona ke Knox Mutizwa ukuthi uyena ke ozozama ukuthi aligobele libhola Abafana Bestende bakwazi ukuthi bayivale kahle half, njengoba bengayiqalanga kahle ngale on goal yakhe ke uKeenan Phillips. Siyabona ke Knox Mutizwa was going to try and bend it in. I guess sibona ke lapha Abafana Bestende, and a bit of a false start there, I would say, but it is Knox Mutizwa who brings it in, but it's cleared by Ben Mutswari, and that would be that. It is half-time at the Prince Mangosuthu Regional Stadium between these two giants of KZN football. It is AmaZulu FC and Golden Arrows who scored a goal each, an own goal there by Keenan Phillips in the first 5 minutes of the encounter to give Usuthu that lead. But the man in your picture right now, Lungelo Nguse, was able to equalize for Abafana Bestende. Wakwazi ukuthi ke ababuyise gamini watholeleke namanye amathuba, kodwa ke Arrows ayikwazanga ukuthi iwavalele and capitalize and take that lead into the halftime break. Just your assessment, Myron, of the 45 minutes we've seen. Obviously, Arrows getting the chances, AmaZulu as well, not really getting into the box of Abafana Bestende, but just your assessment of the first 45.
Yeah, you summed it up quite nicely there, and half-time, AmaZulu 1, Golden Arrows 1. Phillips with the own goal, Nguse with the equalizer. Shaky start, and it was quite clear that it looked like a pre-season friendly. These teams have been working behind closed doors for a number of weeks now.
And here's that opportunity by AmaZulu, Keenan Phillips. Lack of communication there between himself and goalkeeper Muava, who are both on debut. You can see that they're still going to learn each other. Goalkeeper didn't really give him a shout, and Phillips wasn't in the goalkeeper line of sight, was trying to bring the goal back, but the keeper was out. An unfortunate start for Bafana Bafana, but Arrows, as we did say, they were able to get the best of opportunities in first half, and as you see there, Knox Mutizwa had another one, and Velimothwa showed his class with that brilliant save, and off the post again. That was one of the better chances for Arrows in the first half with Knox Mutizwa, the man there, the experienced Arrows campaigner. And as we're going to see in these highlights, Abafana Bafana ibona ke bakwazile ukuthi bathola amathuba amaningi masibaqhathanisa nalo-ke uSuthu olutholeke igoli via the own goal. Another opportunity here for Arrows, and the cross came in. It was Mutizwa again, who would be very disappointed by that finish, Myron.
Yeah, big chance for Knox Mutizwa. He's been around for a long time, and by his standards, not just needing to get the ball on target, but the fact that he hit it straight at Motwa would be very, very disappointing for a finisher of his caliber. We know what Knox Mutizwa is about. We know what he's capable of.
And that's the goal, the equalizer by Lungelo Nguse. A lovely chip over the top there from the midfield. And Lungelo Nguse, as we mentioned, he is a big boy, but he's someone who's able to run at defenders. As you can see, Velimothwa caught in no man's land there. Didn't even need that second touch. The first one was enough.
Yeah, no doubt. He's incredibly mobile for such a bulky man up front. And he was quick to that one. So that's where it is. Amazulu 1, Golden Arrows 1, and we can see that after taking the lead, Amazulu taking the lead, it was certainly Arrows that hit back well. And you look at the difference in their goal attempts, you look at the difference in their shots on target, and of course possession down at the bottom. Look, it's the score that counts at the end of the day. 1-1 is what it finished at the end of the first half, but there's a lot on the bench for either of these teams, and for both coaches to look and go, how do I change the game in the second half?
Yeah, definitely. I think Coach Pablo Franco will be looking to the likes of Tepang Moremi, probably the likes of Ethan Brooks. Augustine Mulenga is also on the bench, someone who can come in and change the game and try to give Usutu more going forward, because as we saw, those two shots on targets, not really much for the likes of Boniface and Igodaro. But I think as far as the two coaches are concerned, probably Maputi Kanyeza will be the happier of the two, and he would like what you've seen from his attacker, the likes of Mutizwa, the likes of Lungelo Nguse going forward.
Yeah, lots to come in this second half. Amazulu versus Golden Arrows in this opener of the 2024 KZN Premiers Cup down in Ulundi in the heart of Zululand. Can't believe it has been 10 years of the KZN Premiers Cup. Started in 2011 and has rolled through the years through changes in the landscape, in the KwaZulu-Natal landscape, going through the tough period of COVID-19, emerging stronger and stronger, and this year heading to Zululand for the first time. Let's look back then. 9 previous winners of the tournament. We've got something special to remind you of how this tournament has grown over the years. We'll be back for the second half soon.
Welcome to KwaZulu-Natal, where the beautiful game of football has a special place in the hearts of its people. Since 2011, the Premiers Cup has been a highlight of the pre-season calendar, showcasing some of the best teams and players in the province. As we celebrate its 10-year anniversary in 2024, let's take a closer look at what makes this tournament so special. Launched by the KZN Department of Sport, Art and Culture to help teams prepare for the upcoming season, the first edition featured 4 teams, with Amazulu, Golden Arrows, Maritzburg United and Tanda Royal Zulu doing battle. Abafana Bestende were the inaugural winners of the competition, edging out AmaZulu on penalties in Umlazi.
Fantastic!
The tournament had a 2-year hiatus before returning in a big way in 2015, with teams heading for Richards Bay. It was the team of choice who lifted the trophy in that year, beating home side Thanda Royals. Royal Eagles won their first title in 2016. In 2017, they took on Golden Arrows in the final.
It's a brilliant way to win it. Well, like I said, in there, Royal Eagles have played for the second consecutive time the KZN Premiers Cup.
All roads led to Umlazi for the 2018 edition, with AmaZulu taking on Richards Bay in the final. After a fast start by both sides, Tapelo Koki broke the deadlock with a stunning strike. In the end, it would be enough to secure them the title.
I think it was on the players, but again, we gave them time to play today, and a lot of energy from the younger players. The older players, yes, they again, the first half we did not do what we said we were going to do. Second half it came a little bit better, but we didn't play against a bad team. I think Brandon's got a good team for the NFD, and they gave us a good run for our money. We were able to see the mentality strength of our team. We were able to see the physical conditioning of our team, and that just does all well for the first game against Barocca. So we're happy that AmaZulu won today, especially at Kings Wellatini, and good ups to the boys.
A year later, under the guidance of Steve Kompela, Golden Arrows beat Real Kings by 2-0 to win the 2019 title.
Deserving of goal number 2, they are the KZN Premiers Cup champions for a second time.
The COVID-19 pandemic brought the world to a standstill, including the 2020 KZN Premiers Cup. It returned in 2021. 6 years after winning their first title, it was the turn of Maritzburg United once again, beating Benny McCarthy's AmaZulu.
Very good game of football. I think was entertaining. And congratulations to Coach Ernest and Maritzburg. They played exceptionally well. They played well and very organized. So yeah, it's going to be a fantastic season. But I think this was also the kind of challenge we needed because, like I said, our preseason has been a little bit abnormal. We didn't have the best preseason. So having the quality of opposition, and we had Golden Arrows and then Maritzburg within one day, I think maybe one hurdle a bit too much for us. But other than that, listen, overall, pleased with the performances. So now we can turn our attention to Sunday. We're MTN 8, so, but yeah, listen, I'm very pleased with what I've seen, and we still got 7-8 players that still has to come in, so that can only strengthen the team and make us better.
Yeah, it's difficult to put too much into this third game for us. Final, we found a setup, we had to change not to take this risk, but I think it was a good event. Compliment to each and everybody who has been part of this on our side, and yeah, we scored some goals, we showed some mistakes here and there to minimize a little bit situation, to have less mistakes and using some transitions better, and we can go through, but good event, we are happy, take a cup home to beat Maritzburg, and that's fine.
Fresh off a third-place finish in their debut campaign in the PSL's top flight, Royal AM lifted the 2022 mantle. Samuel Mangani opened the scoring just before half-time when he beat goalkeeper Jean-Noel Amanobi to give Twitchley Twashland the lead. Usutu fought back after the restart and got an equalizer through Augustine Quem. Ruse Hamaldin snatched a late winning goal. AM.
We forced them to make a mistake like that, and you know, a penalty can win a match, and we won a match. We are happy today.
Premiers Cup goes to Royal AM.
In the last installment of the much-loved tournament, fans turned out in their numbers to get behind their teams. After 2 days of intense action, AmaZulu took on Richards Bay for the 2023 title.
Been trying to psych out Skakane, not having any of it. So this is it then. This to win the 2023 KZN Premier's Cup goes to KwaZulu. The confetti is ready. Ramaphosa is ready. AmaZulu are the 2023 KZN Premier's Cup winners.
A decade of countless memories. Who lift the title in 2024?
All right, sisakhona-ke lana at the Prince Mangosuthu Regional Stadium for the KZN Premiers Cup. It is the first match of action for the day. Siyabonakele umdlalo phakathi kwaMasuthu noMabheshankone, AmaZulu FC up against Abafana Besithende, Lamontville Golden Arrows. It is a 1-1 after 45 minutes. So Bonitega goal in the first half, just 5 minutes into the match. Keenan Phillips, an unfortunate own goal there on debut for the right back, giving Usuthu the lead just inside 5 minutes. And of course, Abafana Besithende were able to equalize through Ulungele Nguse. 2 changes for AmaZulu, Tepang Moremi and Ethan Brooks coming in. And AmaZulu, of course, will be looking to do much better than they performed in the first half. Trying to get the second and third goal. They did able to get that equalized through Ulungele Nguse. Of course, in commentary, it is still myself, Ayanda Newswa, alongside Myron Naika as Usuthu make the 2 changes. Ethan Brooks coming in for Celimpilo Ngema. And again, Tepang Moremi uzongena lapha ke endaweni kaMsindisi Kunene, who had a bright first half, was causing problems there for Arrows defense on the far right-hand side. But now Moremi is going to be the man who's trusted in the second half. And Myron, after we saw 2 sides tussling in the first half, what are you expecting in the second 45?
More of the same, Ayanda. Again, a pre-season game, a chance for both sides to really explore their options. We see Coach Pablo Franco not wasting any time. Brooks immediately gets a touch there. And in ringing those changes, I don't think that either of these coaches will be thinking too much about tomorrow and whether you're planning too much ahead of a potential semi-final. It's what's in front and the opportunity to make the most of these 45 minutes.
Of course, changes for Abafana Putikanya.
Does, and he can bring Igatoro in here. He's done well. Banjwa looking to get onto it, but smart play there by Khakiso Malinga. And Mutizwa looks to get Nguse going. But Usuthu can come away with it down there towards Mopara.
I think what we're seeing here, Myron, is certainly a much better initiative taken by Usuthu, starting this second half much stronger of the 2 sides. They did start the first half strongly as well, getting that own goal through Keenan Phillips. but I think they're trying to improve on what they showed in the first half, because it wasn't really a pretty play from Usutu in terms of their build-up. Quite playing in patches. The passing wasn't great, but of course they were trying to get those long balls into the ball to the likes of Igodaro, to the likes of Boniface, the two debutants there, the two big guys, and now Rian Hanamub stands on this one. Again, another opportunity for Usutu from a free kick, as we saw them getting lots of opportunities in that first half. It is Rian Hanamub who's going to bend it in with the left foot and all the way to goalkeeper Muava, and it was a promising cross there, but none of the Usutu big boys were able to get at the end of it, and it's restarted there by goalkeeper.
A great restart there by Muava, finding his man on the far side. Mubarak can deal with it. Yeah, coach Pablo Franco Martin, definitely not the kind of reserve type that will leave anything to chance. He would have had a strong word in that dressing room with his players. They didn't particularly climb onto that early lead, allowing Arrows back into the game, and I'm sure the message was clear from Pablo Franco. 45 minutes in front, the changes are coming. Stamp your authority. You win this one, then you've got another opportunity tomorrow to give more players a chance, especially given the fact, Ayanda, that the league proper only starts on the 14th of September. So between now and getting involved, obviously Amazulu not involved in the MTN 8 that starts this coming weekend. Between now and then, you want to be involved in as much as possible.
As you see the cross in there, Velimutwa was scrambling, and it was Chitolo who got the header, but it was too high. And as you were saying, Myron, of course, none of, and as we look at an opportunity again for Arrows, Velimutwa with the handouts didn't really get to it. And as we were saying, none of the KZN teams are in the MTN 8, which is going to be kicking off next weekend on the 3rd. And action, of course, will be starting for them in September. So there's quite a gap there between now and the start of the new Betway Premiership that's going to be kicking off in September. And so the KZN side might want to get some friendlies in and try to stay match fit. The preseason is obviously done. It culminates now with the KZN Premiers Cup. So I'm a friendly and start and try to keep in shape and keep in action and match fit. Ngoba ke swabonile nama fixtures MTN 8 ephuma imidlalo ke izoqala next week. MTN 8 kodwa ke siyazi ukuthi ama team ala isifundazweni ke abakwazanga ukuthi aqede lapha kwi top 8. Arrows was in fact the highest ranked KZN team from last season, finishing in 9th position. Usutu down in 11th, Royal AM in 13th, and of course Richards Bay FC in that playoff spots, as Arrows now try to thread it through for Ulungelo Nguse, but it was blocked off, and it's a chance here once again, and the ball in, and it was cleared there by Abubakar Mubara, and it was Ukahiso Malinga who tried to bend that ball in, and Arrows are pressing Usutu and trying to pin them back here.
Yeah, good defensive work there by Mubara. Initially read it well, and they get away with it. This Boniface here out to Banjwa. Tries to whip it across to switch the play, and looking for Rian Hanamub on the far side there, but just doesn't get the execution of that cross ball. And then Phillips, that far side. Arrows building. Nguse up again, chance here. Motwa will deal with it and will try and get Mbanjwa on his bike, but Zwane, the man who thwarts that opportunity.
Yeah, and if you're looking at the scripts from last season, Marin, this match is basically a match between the best attack and the best defense, because Arrows obviously were able to score lots of goals last season, but defensively they were the worst team in the leagues, conceding 44 goals.
44, and more than Cape Town Spurs.
That's one more goal than Cape Town Spurs last season.
Who were flat out relegated.
Who were flat out relegated. So Arrows were leaking a huge amount of goals. And I think that's going to be a big concern for coach Maputi Kenyeza, and certainly something that he's going to try to improve on. And as far as AmaZulu are concerned, they only conceded 24 goals. Or rather scored 24 goals. So they'll also look to improve on the attacking front, as we mentioned, with the signings of Igodaro and Boniface coming in now. They of course lost the likes of Augustine Kwem, who was also to top goal scorer last season with 7 goals. And they also lost to Victor Letswalo, who's now signed for another team. And of course an opportunity now for Igodaro in this near side, and it was caught here on the near side by Usbonelo Pele. As you see from the replay, Igodaro, who hasn't really gotten much as far as service is concerned in this match. He is the kind of striker that's not too mobile, but he does drop into these small pockets to receive the ball. But he is a striker who does require service to try and knock in those goals. Siyabonagela, free kick Yamazulu FC izothatha yenu Abubakar Mabara, who's going to float it into the box, and Bradley Cross is equal to the task there in the far post, and he's going to try to mount an attack for Abafana Bestende. And the ball is brought back to Uvelimotwa. As I mentioned, the Usutu from last season, in their 30 games, they were able to win 8 of their league matches, playing 12 draws and getting 10 defeats. And as far as cup competitions, AmaZulu were the best performing KZN side, able to reach the semi-finals of the Carling Knockout, and of course also losing in the quarterfinals in the Nedbank Cup to Orlando Pirates. And they didn't play in the MTN 8 last season, but they were the best performing KZN team. As we see now the attack by Tepang Moremi, who takes the shot, and Moava catches it nicely.
Yeah, nice turn there from Moremi in the middle of the park, and that will give him a bit of confidence after coming on in this second half, as Arrows look to break through. Mutizwa and Banjwa will whoop that back in towards Motswari, and he finds Ethan Brooks. What can Usutu cook up here? Hanamu Brooks picks his head up. He finds Mbanjwa. Mbanjwa's got 2 players in front of him in Boniface and Igatoro. Joined there by Moremi. More time on the ball for Brooks. Building. Patient. Mobara goes long.
I think Coach Pablo Franco will be wanting more from these strikers. I think as far as the mobility is concerned, they're not doing much. The likes of Boniface and Igodaro. And we're now going to see some changes for the first time here. Bafana Bestende. And coming in here, there's
What's Gumbi?
Sazi Gumbi.
Sazi Gumbi.
As well as Menzi Masugu, who is going to get an opportunity now to make his debut for Abafana Bestende, as well as Moyela Limba, who's coming in now. Some changes here for Coach Maputi Kenyeza. And as you see now, coming out, Kakiso Malinga, the goal scorer Lungelo Nguse, as well as Ulungelo Dube are coming out for Moyela Libamba, Menzi Masugu, and as well as Usazi Kumbi. Bafana Bestende making the changes, responding to Usutu, who started the second half by bringing in the likes of Tsepang Moremi, Nayege Ethan Brooks. Bezama ukuthi ke bathole igoli lesibili njengoba ke sibona amagoli amabili ngeswombe sokuqala okube yona ke on goal enike AmaZulu ilidi kulomdlalo, kodwa ke Lungelo Nguse wathola equalizer for Abafana Bestende.
As Gumede onto Banjwa, looks for a ball into the box. He's got Igadoro, he's held that one up, and Gumede can put it into the box. Smart goalkeeping from Moava, who's wise to the danger. Shoes Gumede making some good tracks down this right-hand side, and Arrows can get going now.
And
Masuku.
that's what Ighodaro can do when he's on the ball with his back towards the goal. He is that kind of striker who can link up well. As we see now, Arrows trying to get an attack of their own, but Ighodaro showing flashes of what he can do. Apart from scoring goals, he is a good link-up striker.
Certainly, audacious effort there from Boniface. Looked to have spotted Marva off his line, didn't quite execute, and Arrows can come away with it as the skipper on the ball there. Shitolo on for Keenan Phillips. Interesting to see how quickly these Golden Arrows substitutes can get going. That's Masuku, who's one of them. And the referee's allowed play on, and Arrows with numbers in the box. It's gone all the way back, and the referee's seen something. They take it quickly. Shitolo. Chance here. Nice 1-2. Big chance. Back into the box. It was Hanamub that with the crucial stop still on. Brooks is beaten easily. And a bit of nervy moments there, Ayanda, but AmaZulu get away with it.
Libamba, I think it's Libamba there who was not able to put his side foot to that one. It was a real let-off for AmaZulu, a huge opportunity for Arrows. Libamba was not able to really get some power behind his shot. I think he even scuffed it.
Yeah, he may have. It was Masuku that went down. I don't think he really needed to cross that ball. He could have taken it on himself.
Could have went on his own, but obviously, given the kind of player he is, very unselfish, squaring it for Libamba, and then he failed to capitalize. But Arrows having the best opportunity so far of the second half, and AmaZulu scrambling a bit there in defense.
Yeah, no doubt, big opportunity there for Abafana Stende. And here they come again, this time through Sponelo Trele down this left-hand side on for Zwane. The fans have started to lift up their voices again. If you've just joined us, welcome to our live coverage of the 2024 edition of the KwaZulu-Natal Premier's Cup. There's the replay again. It was indeed Moyela Lebamba who looked to side foot that cross in from Menzi Masuku, scuffed it. Trele with the man with the ball in, Masuku the return ball, and Lebamba just not able to capitalize on it. A huge chance to take the lead. And Banjwa, meanwhile, down this right-hand side, Igatoro looks to get involved, cross deals with it, and he can get it out towards Trele. Brooks with the intercept. Nice close control, beats his man in Zwane, and looks to dance his way into the box, and that's got the fans excited.
Yep, definitely got those Sotho fans up on their feet, but it didn't really amount to much there. Some lovely footwork from Ethan Brooks. At the referee, I think the ball is a bit damaged there, but seems fine, and play is restarted. Still locked at a 1-1 here at the Prince Mangosuthu Regional Stadium at Ulundi. It is the first match of the KZN Premier's Cup, the 10th edition of this prestigious season tournament for KZN clubs who are preparing for the 2024-25 PSL season. Siyazi ukuthi ke amathimasa KZN will not be in the MTN 8, so isizini yabo izoze iqale ngoSeptember. Kodwa ke iPremiers Cup ibanika ithuba lokuthi nje kubonakale abadlali abasha, to get some combinations going for the coaches to see where their teams are. As I see here on the near side, Usuthu preparing to make another change. It looks like a Junior Dion who is standing by to come on, probably for one of the big boys there in front. Junior Dion, one of the second highest scorer of Usuthu ngesizini edlule, and njengoba kwazi ukuthi ke ashaye amagoli awu4 kuleague. finishing behind Augustine Kwemo, got 7 goals in all competitions for Lesotho as Arrows tried to get another. An Amazulu player, and a Boniface Harbour, the striker there, coming off for Junior Dion, who is a fan favorite as well at Lesotho and one of the top goal scorers from last season, as I mentioned. And now Arrows with a chance there with Menzi Masuku, but it was too close to Velimoto.
Yeah, decent early run out for Harbour Boniface. 60 odd minutes in the clock. Had a couple of opportunities to hold the ball up, to get other players into play, and of course was involved in that own goal, which was scored by Keenan Phillips. He was the guy that was applying the pressure in Moava. And we know well that these teams haven't seen eye to eye. I mean, there's good camaraderie amongst them, but there's also a very healthy rivalry between these two clubs.
Yep, definitely. Arrows and Usutu, even among the fans, is that rivalry of wanting to be the best side. And I think there's a yellow card there that's coming out for Menzi Masuku. It has to be about that scuffle, I would imagine. It's Libamba on your picture right now, but off the picture, the referee did book Umenzi Masuku.
There must have been something he
with
said.
a yellow card. Must be something he said, or must be to the referee or the players of Amazulu. Kodwa-ke uMasuku yena-ke othole i-yellow card lapha. Menzi Masuku on debut for Abafana Besende. And now we need to be really careful with the last 20 minutes left in this match, as he doesn't get booked again. As we see Junior Dion, who hasn't really had much to do since coming on for Boniface.
Okay, Sharp. Thank you. Thank you, Sharp.
Arrows looking to take that throw in quickly, but the referee has sent them packing there, back into the original spot for the throw in. Well, lots to come. Ayanda, which kicks off at 2 is Milford FC up against Royal AM, a club that has won this trophy before, a club that's been in and around the top flight for the last 3 years.
Yeah, I think with those two sides, it's going to be a really interesting match, because both didn't really have a great season last season, and we saw
It goes a begging into the final 10 minutes here. Masuku on for cross, back to Masuku. Cross into the box, too close to Veli Motwa. And he'll hold on to that one, pick up his head and see who he can find. Chooses to go long. Dion. Flicked on by Igadoro for Dion. Two big target men up front there for Amazulu. So going the aerial route is not going to do any harm. And Phillips will drive arrows forward here. Is there a chance? Is there a moment from either one of these teams that can turn the tide on this first quarter-final? The winners will compete in tomorrow's semi-final. Action kicks off at 9 a.m. here, back here at the Ulundi Stadium. Here's Moremi with a big chance. Can he flash one across goal? Bradley Cross comes across and he ushers that one out. Strong defending from the young man there.
Yeah, really strong. Good defensive work there by Bradley Cross. Ethan Brooks with the through ball. Tepang Moremi's got pace, but Cross was quick enough to stop him from getting a bola ke lapho Tepang Moremi ongene ngayo ke second half for Usuthu Mapeshankone. I think both teams, Maran, probably need a moment of magic, because as the cross comes in there, but it'll go all the way out for, I think the ball go back. It's probably taken too quickly. The referee is still booking someone, I imagine, and there is that change now for Lesotho. And Senzo Ndlovu is coming in for Junior Dion. I think Dion, who did come in the second half, probably picked up a knock there. Hopefully it won't be too concerning for coach Pablo Franco. Ngoba ke siyazi ukuthi ama-injury pre-season are never a good sign. It's never a good time to get injured just before the season starts. Sabona ke noMamkhize ukhona abafana bakhe ke Royal Emba zobe begijima later on this afternoon. But there's a Royal M.
Mamkhize in the suites, getting ready to watch her team in action, Ayanda.
Yeah, Mamkhize will be always a colorful character as usual, and she'll definitely be hoping more from her team this season, I would imagine. But also it's very hard for Royal M without being able to sign any players, still playing with the same squad they played with last season and the season after that. So the transfer ban really a problem for them, but they are a team that knows how to survive. As I mentioned last season, they did finish 3 points above that playoff spot. You know, at some points towards the end of the season, Coach John Maduka was speaking about, you know, the possibility of flirting with relegation, and he was always confident that his team will not go down. He always says that Itimiake has enough and Itimiake will not get relegated. Those were his words, playing the likes of Sundowns in the last 5 games of last season, and they did manage to survive.
They did. 4 teams in the top flight here from KZN, all 4 of which are in action here in the KZN Premiers Cup. And here's a chance here. Igadoro can chase this one, a chance to spread those lanky legs, and again it's Bradley Cross. He's been a shining light for Arrows in this fixture.
He has. I think he's been fantastic in this match. Bradley Cross in that Arrows defense. I think he looks really fit. He looks really up to it. He's been running the length of the pitch up and down, and he looks really bright, especially in that opportunity there for Amazulu, able to block the cross from Igodaro, who also looks a bit tired now, if we're being honest.
He does. He's put in a solid shift. He's chased everything. Hanamup is the man who will stand over this. Moremi is in acres of space. Hanamup goes into the box, but Maova can deal with that one quite easily. Into the final minute. Yeah. the start of the Betway Premiership?
Thanks a lot.
Coach Mabudi Kenyeza just talking us through his sentiments, losing that opening game by 2-1. They lost, they conceded early, they fought back and then conceded late as they lost by 2-1. It is AmaZulu that will progress to tomorrow's semi-final. Coming up at 2 o'clock, we will head into Royal AM up against Milford. It's the second fixture here at the KZN Premier's Cup, being hosted at Ulundi for the first time. We are up and running. It is Usutu that progress. We'll see you soon. Kickoff is at 2.